As of the recording of this video, Nintendo Music has been out for a little over a week. It was announced on October 30th and released later that day. I just want to rant about it because it is a good idea with questionable execution. For years, there has been no proper way to listen to Nintendo game music. There have been countless uploads to YouTube of Nintendo's music, but it has been a constant battle with Nintendo to keep these uploads up. Rest in peace, Gilvasunner and Brawlburst MS3, if any of you remember. That one's pretty old. Anyway, fans of Nintendo's vast music library have criticized Nintendo for their actions of taking down music without providing a legal alternative to listen to their music. And it took forever, but Nintendo finally made a way to listen to their music. Included with your Nintendo Switch Online membership, Nintendo Music does some things right, but it gets a lot wrong. The app is your standard run-of-the-mill music streaming app. Music is arranged by albums while also being individually searchable. You can make playlists and you can loop a song. There is one thing that the app does that was specifically made for video game music, that being extensions. Separate from the loop option, the extension allows you to extend the music the same way a game would extend the music. On YouTube, you can find multiple uploads of the same song, but you will also find several extended versions from as low as 7 minutes all the way down to 10 hours. The extension feature gives people the choice to extend a track instead of the loop feature, which just replays the song from the start instead of properly looping. The extension feature gives people the choice to extend a track instead of the loop feature, which just replays the song from the start instead of properly looping. One small detail that I love is that Nintendo added Wii channel music. Such a nostalgia trip for people who grew up with the Wii. Another cool thing is the pre-made playlists. Nintendo Music has character theme playlists, mood theme playlists, and extended playlists. While the app does basic things right, it has a lot of problems. The biggest issue is that the games list launched with a total of 22 games across all of Nintendo's consoles. No matter how you look at it, that is pitiful for how expansive their full library is. Over the past week, they've only added 3 more games. You would think they would launch the app with at least every mainline Mario game, but no, of course they wouldn't. All that's there outside of the Switch is the original Super Mario Bros. As for features, I praise the extension feature, but it also has its flaws. This may be a nitpick, but the extension feature is super limited. There are only 3 options for extensions: 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and 60 minutes. You can't go past 60, so if you want to loop the one track, you'll have to deal with the song fading out and replaying the intro every hour. And you can't go under 15 minutes either. If I had to guess, this is because the app has 4 separate files for the song for each extension. This may not be an issue for most people, but whenever I listen to extensions, I usually go for 5 to 10 minutes. Rarely do I go for 30 to 60 minutes outside of playlists. And that's another thing. Extending the track only applies to the current track. There is no way to extend the full playlist, despite the fact the app has built-in extended playlists. And I almost forgot, Pokemon tracks are the only ones that can't be extended. Epilogue Phoenix here. It took me forever to get around to editing, but another week has passed. And in that week, only 1 more game was added, that being Wii Sports. The original, not the Resort. That makes about 2 games added per week, which still is super lazy. This section really doesn't add much to the video, but I wanted to make sure I put my full experience out there. The Nintendo Music app is a good idea, don't get me wrong, but it needed a lot more work before it released. The features are fine for what they are, but there is no excuse for such a lackluster selection of games. Luckily, it looks like they are going to be adding games pretty frequently, but let's hope they don't slow down immediately and only add new games every few months like they do with the NSO Virtual Consoles.